Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are updating my pan in every palette project pan. This is a random roulette style project and I absolutely love it. I started it a few months ago. So I work on 5 palettes at a time. My aim is to try and hit pan in one of the shades. Then when I hit pan in the next update, I can roll that out and then spin the wheel and get a brand new palette to work on. Some are easier to hit than others, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. It is great fun. I have got a playlist for this, so if you want to sort of watch it from the beginning, then I'll pop a link down below to my playlist. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy that. So the last update for this was the beginning of November, so I'm not too late with this. I have been away on holiday at the start of December and I've not been very well. But I'm desperate to get some new palettes to play with over the festive season. So here I am doing my update. We have got some great progress. I have got 2 pans in 2 of the palettes. So I've hit 2 new pans. Plus I've got a bonus pan in a different palette, which I think was from Shop My Stash, I think. So I've hit pan in one of those as well. And I'm going to be doing a declutter. So the 5 palettes that I was working on were the Tatty Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. I think that's been in from the very beginning or thereabouts. We've got the Sleek I Divine All Night Long mini palette. We have the Laritzi palette. I think these are like the Royal palette. This is in burnt, so sorry, I can't even speak today. Literally, I've had to film this intro about 6 times. I'm just going with it now. I keep stumbling on my words. I don't know what's wrong with me. So yeah, we've got those 3. We have got the Strobe and Glow, which is an MUA Luxe little like highlight palette. And then we've got the Natasha Denona mini retro palette there as well. So let's have a look. We will, I'll show you the ones I've hit pan in first, plus the bonus one. Then I'll show you what I'm going to declutter, and then we'll look at the other 2 palettes that I'm still working on, and then I'll be able to roll in 3 new palettes. That's really exciting for me. Okay, so the first one I've hit pan in is in my Tatty palette at last. I didn't think this was ever going to hit pan in, and I've actually hit pan in a different shade to what I originally thought I was going to be doing. In this project, I get to choose which pan I work on. But I think maybe in the new year, I might switch up a bit where maybe one of the palettes, I maybe randomly select which pan I've got to try and hit pan in. I don't know. I want to be able to use the shades that I want to use, but equally, sometimes it's quite good to be pushed towards out of your comfort zone and trying different things. So yeah, so anyway, back onto this. So I've hit pan in the Tatty Beauty, and originally I was going to be, my plan was, I'm going to try and just not to give you a spoiler, my plan was to work on this shade here, and I've got quite a good dip. I've had quite a bit of use on this. However, look, I have got it in, it's in the shade Soothe, and it's a Soothe Metallic. Look at that beautiful pan. And as you can see, I work on mine really well. I don't just sort of focus with a little thin brush to try and hit pan. I use it in a more like authentic way of using your authentic. Is that the right word? But do you know what I mean? I just use it in a more like normal way of using your eyeshadows. I'm not just focused on hitting that pan. I'm just using it and enjoying the shadows how they're meant to be used. So I've got a really good dip all the way around, and then it just broke through. This is also very close to hitting pan, I think. So now I know how deep they are. It kind of gives me a clue for the others. But it was a beautiful shade. I'll just show you it there. Look at that. Is it not stunning? All of these shades in here are great. These glitters are absolutely amazing for this time of year. I normally pull those out around Christmas time, but I'm going to be hopefully having a different palette to play with. But I'll just show you this one here. That was that shade that I hit pan in. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So yeah, bye bye Tatty Beauty, that can go. The next one I hit pan in was out of this little mini, and I did think I'd be able to do this because I've hit pan in sort of similar mini sleek palettes before, and they've been quite easy, and they're only tiny pans. So I only rolled this in last time, and so I'm really pleased that I've hit pan in it. It's almost gone, and it was on this like matte cream shade, and I just used that to set my lids before applying my shadows, and that's pretty much the only shade I used in there. However, I have hit pan in it, And yeah, it was nice, and it's actually not a bad formula, but it's really tricky getting a brush in there. And so I was using, I've got my brush here, it's like a really small, dense, round brush, which it just fit in there perfectly, and I just swirl it around. But yes, it is gone. That's done, so that's a success. And then my next pan, my burnless pan, was in my Jaclyn Hill palette. I've had this for so long, and I think it's my first pan in the whole palette, so I was really, really happy about that. And it is in the shade, where are we? It's in the shade Hustle. I sort of share my pans when I hit pan over on TikTok, and then I kind of share that onto my stories on Instagram, and then create a short here on YouTube. So I'd really appreciate it if you followed me on Instagram and TikTok. But on TikTok, I had the tune Hustle, so it's like do the hustle. So I was really proud of myself that I got. Excuse the bad singing. I was very proud of myself that I had such a great tune for the shade name. So yeah, the shade is Hustle, and this is like the original formula, because they reformulated the palette. So I'm really pleased I've got the original formula. And check out that huge dip and pan. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I've got pan there. Did I know that? Is that pan? I've hit pan and didn't even realise it. Oh my gosh, I've got 2 pans, and that is in the shade Obsessed. Ooh, I can create a new video for that one. Excellent. Wow, I didn't even know that. I've got 2 bonus pans. What a success. I'm delighted. Gosh, I never saw that. It's so similar when you look at it head on to just like the shadow shade. Oh, yay me. So I've got 4 pans this update. Honestly, this is amazing. I'm so happy, so happy. Right then, so those are my 4 pans. Wow. Now, the one I'm going to declutter is probably no surprise. Life is too short for makeup that you don't want to enjoy. I am not going to force myself to hit pan in something that I hate. I've got so many things here that I could be working on. And part of this process as well is discovering things that I enjoy and I like, as well as the things that I don't, and they're both equally valuable. So it is this Strobe and Glow highlight little kit. So I have used it a little bit and I don't hate it, but in all reality, it's so big and clunky. I'm never going to take it away. It's not something I kind of naturally reach for, and I think I've only used it a couple of times, and I was umming and ahhing last time, I think. So anyway, it's going to go. So we have got here a powder highlight, which isn't awful. I'm going to probably pass this on to someone, but I have got this in lots of other sort of palettes and things. So that's the highlight shade there. It's quite nice, but that's going to end up breaking. And then it was the cream one below, and I don't know. There we go. And again, it's not awful. I mean, maybe do I just stick it back in my collection? It's not something I want to hit pan on. Maybe I'll just keep it in my collection and just try it maybe in a shop my stash just now and again. So yeah, so my watch was just, Siri had come on and it was just taking everything down that I was saying as if I was asking a question. So yeah, I'm going to just put that back into my collection. I don't want to work on it, and I'm probably going to take it out of the wheel so it doesn't come up in this project again. It's not something I want to hit pan on, although I could probably hit pan in the cream very easy, but then I just don't want to work on it. So it's my project and my rules, so it's going, and I have the right to change the rules as I go along to suit myself. Okay, so we're left with these 2 palettes now, which I'm still working on. So we have got the Laritzi Burnt palette. I got this in a box just fairly recently, and I've been working on one of the matte shades, and I've got it in my crease today. You probably can't see it because you only need a tiny bit, and I think this is going to take quite a while to pan, but I don't know, I'll just keep plodding away. It's a nice sort of like crease colour anyway. So I'm working on this shade here. There's really, you can't see very much at all, but maybe there. I have used it quite a bit. There's a bit of disturbance anyway. And then today I tried this as well just to see what that was like. But yeah, I'm just going to focus on this shade. I've tried the shimmers a couple of times. They're quite nice. They're okay. But this is my focus shade for the palette. So I'll continue working on that. I think it's going to take quite a few months, but that's fine. And then we've got the little Natasha Denona mini, this bloody pan keeps falling out every time I do that. The mini retro palette, I've just stuck my finger in it now. This shade is loose, so I'm working on, I kind of use this as a transition shade, and then I'm working on this one on my lid, and I think I'm so close to hitting pan. I think next time I will definitely have pan on that, and probably within the next couple of uses. I thought I was going to hit pan this morning, but I haven't, so I haven't dug at it to get another palette and another pan for today. I'm just, as I say, I'm just sort of working on it just as I would, and just when I hit pan, I hit pan. So yeah, I'm pretty sure next time I will be successful on that. Okay, so we need to pick 3 new palettes. I've got my iPad here with my wheel all ready to go, and let's go see what I'm going to get. Oh, we value your privacy. That's nice. Let me just take that off. Is it still rolling? Has it stopped? Has it spun? Oh, Revolution Ultra Color Explosion. Now this is really interesting because actually I've got a lot of my Revolution palettes here because I think I'm going to declutter them. What is the Ultra Color Explosion? Let's have a little look. Wouldn't you? Okay, let's pick another. And then here we go. So that's 1. I hope I get something really nice and sparkly for Christmas. The BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. Oh, that's a great little palette, I think. Is this it? Cool. And then one more. Talk amongst yourselves. We have Bang Beauty Warm Neutral Palette. Is that one of these little ones? Bang Beauty Warm Neutrals. Let me put my iPad down. Bang Beauty. Oh, which one are they? I don't want to, Okay, so I have got the palette. So in order they rolled in. Oh, guys, so we have got the Ultra Color Explosion eyeshadow palette, and it is the, so this is the one, the Revolution one. Now, actually, this is one of the palettes that I was going to keep purely because of the really bold colours, because I just thought if I ever was going to like an 80s party or doing something where you need to get something like bright or neon, this would be a great one. So I haven't used this, I don't think. I've used a couple, but this is the palette. To be fair, it's not, this green looks quite nice, but I'm probably going to use, let's be honest, one of these two, and I'll work on those, and it gives me something I can work on just to set my lids. But then I can maybe play with a couple of these as liners and things. So actually I'm quite excited to try it. I'm going to give the colours a little bit of go, a bit of a go to see what they're like as well. And like, you know, there's a brown there and a couple of purples. It's not as, when you first look at it, I think you just see these bright neons and it overwhelms you a bit, but actually there's a few really nice shades in there that I could probably use for every day. So that's palette number 1. Then we got the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro. So this is a dual effect wet and dry eyeshadows. I really love this. It is a complete shimmer palette. It looks like that is really minging. Sorry, it's quite disgusting on the cover. I might have to give that a clean, but I've used this a lot. Although you can't tell, but I can't wait to get this back out. I love it. For me, this is right in my comfort zone. So there's loads on there I can play about with. I'm going to try a lot of the shades if I can. This is so close to pan, but I'll probably work on that. But I'm going to try and work on a few of the others as well. So I'm excited to have that. That's a good one for me. And then the final one we've got was the Bang Beauty Warm Neutral Palette. £9, I think. I can't remember what this looks like. Okay, this is brand new, and that's it there. So again, right up my right in my comfort zone. So this will be interesting. So what I'm going to be focusing on this, obviously try and hit pan, but I'm going to be looking at the formula because these are definitely colours that I enjoy. So do I like the formula? And you know, so if I do, that's great, it can stay. If I find it difficult to blend, or I just don't feel like the pigment is there or whatever, then I'll definitely consider decluttering it, you know, passing it on to somebody else. But they look really nice shades. Cool, should we swatch a couple of these shades in these, or are we bothered, or will we do that when we do our update next time? We'll do it when we do our update next time, I think. So let's try and keep this shortish. We're at 15 minutes, which is really good for me. So palettes I am working on, the 5 palettes I need to hit pan on. So we have got the Larizzi Burnt palette, the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette, the Revolution Ultra Colour palette, good grief, the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro, love, 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 and also the Bang Beauty Warm Neutral. So those are my 5 palettes. Let me smile and do a thumbnail. And that's everything, guys. So have a lovely Christmas. I will see you in the new year with my next collection. I'm going to have a little think about maybe doing a bit of a revamp on this project and just, yeah, keeping it interesting and fun. But I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. If you've got quite a few palettes and you just don't use them, there's lots that are neglected, this is a great way. And even if you just pick out 5 different palettes and just work on them for the month, whether or not you hit pan, and then just switch them out and bring out something new, rather than, it's dead easy, isn't it, just to stick to like one palette, and that can be quite bad. Oh, I'll reach for that because I know it works, I know I like it, but then what about everything else in your collection? I was really organised today, I got them all out. I hope you're impressed. Okay guys, have a great day. I will see you all in my next video. Thanks as always for tuning in. Love you all. Bye.